Right, welcome back, and this is the second segment of our episode today, and we need to look at Iraq because Iraq is important in all of this. Iraq actually serves as a blueprint, an interesting blueprint for the entire architecture of the terror complex. Now, before any Iraqis get really upset with me, I'm going to try and explain this. Terror acts, the way they are right now, they need a national power. They need a parasite. They need and they seek to embed themselves within state institutions to manifest a new reality. You could call it the ultimate genocide if you think. If we link this back in history to people like Muawiyah and Yazid, both of those suckers, both of those guys hit the same countries as Daesh. That is Iraq, Syria, and Iran, and Yemen. Now, is this a coincidence? I don't know.
No. I'm going to answer that. No, it's not. But just there's one thing that I actually wanted to say earlier, and I just didn't.
Okay.
Because I think that we need, credit is due to the Iraqi people and
Definitely.
Ayatollah Sistani, because
Definitely.
if Iraq today is actually standing seriously, I mean, I know that Iran has help. I'm not trying to deny that.
Yep.
But it was Ayatollah Sistani actually who managed to unite Sunni, Shias, Yazidis, and all the rest of them Christians.
Definitely.
And actually tell the people and actually act, I would say, as a kind of a national rallying flag.
Yep.
And tell the people to get over whatever issues they had, if they had any, and actually going and fight for their country. And I think that's important because if you recall, the same message is actually being said and sent from Lebanon. I mean, Sayyid Hassan has been saying this for like decades. That we need to get over whatever it is and speak resistance regardless, because when an oppressed is being oppressed, then you just rise up. And it's interesting that Ayatollah Sistani has managed to actually offer cohesion at a time where everybody was actually selling Iraq down the river.
Absolutely. And literally everyone was selling Iraq down the river. If you remember, after the debacle in 2003 when Iraq was bombed to hell, the arrest and murder of Saddam, and rightly so. Don't misunderstand. Saddam was a piece of shit. Let's
being polite.
Let's call him what he was. And after that, you have the madness called Daesh, the Saudi-Israeli sponsored Daesh. All of these things are being pushed with America literally pulling the puppet strings in the back. And actually, when I say that, there's a really awesome quote that I'm going to have to quote right now. Now that we've mentioned America's role in reinforcing, Daesh, al-Qaeda, blah, 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 there's a beautiful quote from someone called Ayatollah Imam Khamenei. And he said, "Today, there are very few people who remain uninformed about the role of the United States of America in creating or at least reinforcing and arming al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and their ominous successors." Now, what can I say?
What can you say? Can I just do like a really quick disclaimer? Because
hey, sure.
I think we need to warn our listeners that, we're going to be quoting this man, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, quite a lot. Because to be fair with you, and I don't care what people say, they want to say it's... it's sectarian, it's this, it's just, it's politically motivated.
Ayatollah
I don't really care, to be fair with you.
Ayatollah Khamenei
whatever
is
it is
not
that
sectarian.
You want to go through. But I'm going to say this. He's not the only one, but one of the only figure right now in the world that actually has sanity and makes sense. And the thing is, I actually do value intelligence and integrity. And when I look at Ayatollah Khamenei, that's all I see. That's literally all I see. So now I'm going to be quoting someone else and say that all I see is beauty. But a little bit.
Well, the thing is that with Ayatollah Khamenei, number one, even if some idiot says that, he's sectarian, actually anyone with half a brain who goes and reads or listens to anything Ayatollah Khamenei has ever said, he is 0% sectarian. He is interested in humanity and in Islam proper.
Exactly,
so,
because his message is that of Islam. So there could be no sectarian. There could be no ostracization or victimization or whatever.
Exactly. And this is, this is something really important. And actually, when we talk about this idea of ostracization, sectarianism, manipulation, and all of this, I want to bring in, we've got a really special guest today. Now, over here, we don't really mention names. I know I've mentioned Kath, but that's just a generic name. It may not even be the name of the lady, but who knows? She's she at the end
No,
of
I'm
the day.
undercover. I'm undercover. I'm a ninja.
Ah, she's a ninja. So, but on that note, I want to introduce our guest for the day, and that is we're gonna call him the Doc. He doesn't need to be known as anything else. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, ain't no thing. Doesn't matter. So, Doc.
And if you do know him, you're actually quite lucky.
Well, this is also the case. So, Doc, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Yeah. We're not doing too badly. I mean, you've been listening in, and we've been talking about these nut jobs of Daesh and all of these things, and they do a lot of like, not only do they do the generic terror, if you can call it that, but they also do the ongoing terror that destroys generations. Things like human trafficking, prostitution, slavery, exploitation, drugs, etc., etc. So I want to get your take on Daesh. You know, you are a doctor, you're a psychologist. I want to get your take on what makes these people tick. How do they do this stuff?
There's an internal clock that goes TikTok.
Okay, first of all, let's start with Daesh. The first time I actually saw the image of a Daesh member on the television,
okay,
my natural instantaneous reaction was, roses are red, violets are blue. God made me good looking. What happened to you? I was like, oh my God.
Well, you don't respond to the good looks. What's wrong with you?
And then I kept on thinking, and I thought, what are you going to do for a face when the baboon wants his butt back?
Oh.
I think the baboon's going to take offense to that.
No, actually, yeah, that's mean, because I said they're protective, they're under protection. Baboons are precious to the environment. I mean, Daesh, you could actually waste and actually be healthy.
Daesh is just a waste of air. But no, really, in your medical opinion.
And then I saw a whole bunch of them, and I thought, hell is definitely wallpapered with your deleted selfies. For God's sake, it's got to be it, man. Because these people are just, sometimes you think like, why didn't you slip into something more comfortable like a coma? But
that would be awesome. We could, what we could do? Here's the thing. Maybe they're looking for a cave. We could help them. We could actually point away towards the cave, and they could just stay there.
No, both of you guys are wrong. The problem with Daesh is, as long as they're breathing, they're a threat to the environment. Think about it. God forbid someone has cancer, right? You're a doctor. You can tell me if I'm wrong over here. Even if that cancer goes into remission, if it isn't removed completely, there's a risk of it waking up, right?
It's absolutely true. Yep.
So the only thing that needs to happen to Daesh, to the Israelis, to the Saudis, to all of these scum of the earth is very, very simple. The air needs to be pulled out of their lungs and replaced with lead.
So in other words, their entire gene pool needs to be chlorinated.
Completely.
Okay.
Because there is something wrong with that.
Completely insane.
I mean, and I'm not talking about things like, people might turn around and say, oh my God, this man is talking about something like the final solution.
We're not calling for genocide. We're talking about the ideology. We're not talking about the people that actually lives the ideology. We're just saying that the same way that Nazism had to go, those cycles have to go. I mean, the whole claim that is them, the house that they actually sit on,
exactly.
and just the ridiculous legitimacy that they're actually claiming for themselves when they're just an abomination needs to go.
And I'll put this out there. I'll put something else out there. If any Daeshi person is, for whatever reason has decided to watch this show, if that Daeshi person renounces the insanity that declares other people unfit to exist, then believe me, we have no quarrel with you. I would invite you.
I need an exorcism. They need an exorcism.
Yes.
And then I want a certificate from the exorcist that it actually worked.
Yeah, because they always look like their faces caught fire and somebody tried to put it out with a hammer.
Can I just say? And I think I think I think you guys are going to agree with me. The thing is, we were actually told that those guys were going to come and that they would
That's
be
right.
dressed
That's
as
right.
they dress and talk as they talk and everything else in between. I'm just saying, so it's not like it's a big surprise.
Exactly.
We knew.
And the thing is, look, let's bring this back a little bit. You've got the whole idea of Daesh, right? What they do, the terror, the trafficking, the exploitation, the drugs, blah blah blah. All of this stuff, right? Yet they talk about, and this is the thing that actually sickens me right to the inside. They talk about Islam. And they say, yes, we're implementing Sharia and all of this stuff. And then you have idiots over here in our part of the world, in the West, who turn around and take that as Islam and suddenly start making all sorts of crazy claims and things that, Islam is going to do this. Guys, Islam is not Daesh.
We have a historical precedent. There was this guy, what was his name? I think his dad was called Abu Sufyan something.
Yes.
His name was Muawiyah, if I recall. He had a son too called Yazid, and I mean the two combined did some pretty nasty stuff in their own time.
Yep.
And if I recall, I think they were the one that came up with the beautiful idea of dressing themselves up into Islam and said, we are the legitimate ruler of.
Although it's interesting you say that.
And then it went down like pear-shaped real quick.
It's interesting you say that because when we're talking about Yazid, there's a very interesting event that happened in his life after the event of Karbala, where Lady Zainab was in his court and Yazid was prodding the head of Imam Hussein, and he said that the family of Hashim played a game. There was neither any revelation. Family of Hashim is the Prophet's family. They played a game. There wasn't any revelation or any news from God. It was all a game to try and get power, right? And today, the inheritors of Yazid, the Saudis, and all of these scum of the earth, they're saying the same thing. They have no concern or interest in Islam. These are just the scum of the earth, and the sooner their end comes, the better.
Let me address. Yeah, let me address this notion. They say that they're Muslims and they quote Islam at every juncture.
Yep.
Basically, going to the mosque or reading the Quran doesn't make you a Muslim any more than standing in a garage makes you a car.
Well said. I like that. Cool.
So this notion about we read the Quran, and have you seen them pray?
No, I can't say I have because
there was a picture of them.
Okay.
And there were 6 different directions.
Oh yes. I remember that.
This is because there might be some confusion in their head because again, they're under the influence. So they might have might have been doing, but there's a few people that do that too. Under great stress, they tend to talk to people, but they're in fact talking to pillars. So it might have been the case where they were just on the lap.
Yeah. I can say that yes, when people are completely.
I think you can attest to that.
Yes, I can. Let's just not do that.
Yes, because you have done
Let's
that.
Let's just not go there. Let's just look.
I'm just
all
saying
I'm saying,
that, when you see a pillar next to him, it's just not a person.
Right. All I'm saying is there is a lovely man in a lovely country who I loved for 45 minutes. And he knows who he is.
And I think he's my half brother.
I think he is your half brother.
I'm not going to say anymore.
But he might be. And on that bombshell, I think we're running out of time rapidly. I want to thank everyone who's watched the first episode, and I really want to thank the guys who gave us feedback. We're trying to adapt the format to your recommendations. And we're going to have another show, hopefully, on Sunday. This show was ad hoc because our previous show was a very quick and dirty mashup. This one is slightly closer to the real format. Again, we really do value your comments and your feedback. But
be kind. So tell us what's wrong with us, but nicely.
Yeah, I mean, what you can do is, if you want to be harsh, come and find me and tell me directly, because I'm cool like that.
But they don't know where you are.
No one knows where I am.
Maybe you're hiding behind a pillar, that's the thing. He's living behind a pillar.
Even I don't know where I am. This is the problem. Because all I know...
This is like what you would like people to think, because I know you're undercover. I know it for a fact. You're handling people. This is what you do for a living.
I could be handling you. But
and remember, if you're harsh to me, there's always the next show, and I'm
there's
going to
always...
be in it.
Are you now? I'm sorry. Like, who made you boss here?
I think the doctor is like, he's pulling rank in terms of his educational credentials, but he doesn't realize we could both be doctors as well.
Well,
yeah. On that note, I'm a wannabe PhD. Wannabe.
And God willing, you will be. And on that bombshell, I would like to thank the good doctor for spending the time and actually coming along.
He's the only guy with a PhD on the show, I'm just saying.
Absolutely. And what I also want to do is I want to make a quick shout out to one of these organizations that has really been working hard to make sure that what the Wahhabis and Daesh and all of these scum of the earth have been trying to wipe off the earth is not wiped off. And that is an organization you know very well. It's called Baqi.org. There are some people...
I know those guys, and they're doing awesome work. Because I have to say that when we speak Daesh, we need to speak about the disappearance of the world religious heritage.
Definitely.
So those guys actually stand not just for the Muslim heritage; they actually stand for the world religious heritage. And I have to just seriously credit to them because they are doing an awesome job under very difficult circumstances. Because a lot of people are giving them a lot of hate because they have decided to rise above differences. Exactly. And I think that it's seriously, all credit to them.
Absolutely. And with that, we have a final question on which we'll end the show. And this is a real question that we should all be asking. Why is there so much hate? And why is there so much time and energy spent towards the annihilation of nations? The answer is given really beautifully and really eloquently by another very nice person by the name of Said Hashim al-Haidari.
Not just nice. I said like awesomeness in the bottle, honestly. No, because that video I have seen and it just gets you because it's what I call, a lot of the time people ask, what is Islam?
Yes.
Okay. And he gives the answer.
Exactly. And this video has been put together by the lovely guys at PureStream. And that's a little shout out to our friends over there.
And I'm clapping because we love PureStream.
We do. We love PureStream. And on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll be back again very soon with sandwiches and biscuits. And you'll have to bring your own for yourself because we're not sharing. And with that, take care, look after yourselves, and keep loving the Shiawarma. Take care. Bye.
لو احنا كنا موجودين وجئنا مخاض من المدينة إلى مكة، التحقنا إشاعات كلام تضعيف تقوية، وصلنا إلى ليلة العاشر بعد اللتية والتي يجي الإمام يقول جزاكم الله عني خير الجزاء، أنتم في حل من بيعتي، أنتم الآن أفضل الأصحاب. يعني هذا المخاض مو سهل كان، لأن بالمناسبة امتحان السيف مو أشد الامتحانات، امتحان الاستهزاء أصعب، امتحان المصاحف كان بدليل ذكرنا مال الصفين، امتحان المصاحف كان أصعب من امتحان السيف. ليلة العاشر واحد إذا يجي الإمام يقولنا أنتم في حل من بيعتي، يعني بعد مو واجب تبقون، وإذا تروحون ترجعون لبيوتكم مو حرام. هذا الليل قد غشيكم فاتخذوه جملا ليأخذ كل واحد منكم بيد رجل من أهل بيتي والله وياكم. المطلوب بس هذا الرأس، بس الحسين. هسه احنا نجي نفكر نحسب حساب فقهي على الفقه. بنقول البقاء مو واجب، سقط التكليف لأن المعصوم ما يشاقه، الذهاب مو حرام. زين أخاف نبقى، هاي الأخاف مالتنا الاحتياطة، أخاف نبقى وباكر أكيد نقتل، هو يعني 30,000، أخاف إلقاء هنا النفس بالتهلكة تصير. لا مو بس هاي، أنا أقول إذا نرجع للمدينة وأنت روح المكة، خو الإمام حيقتل، الإمام ما يطلعوه. خو إحنا ياهو الأحسن كنا نروح ننقتل، لو نروح واحد يفتح له فضائية، واحد يصعد منبر، أنت تفتح لك مجلة ذاك جريدة ونبلغ للإمام الحسين. لذلك أنا دائما أعبر إيش تعبير من باب اللي حتى لا تنسى، مرات يكون تطلق شعار. أنا أقول ليلة العاشر اللي متمسك فقط بالفاء والقاف والهاء حد هذا ما ينجو، اللي يحتاج عين شين قاف. العاشق بعد ما يقدر يترك، العباس يقدر يترك معشوقه ما يقدر، لذلك يقول قبح الله الدنيا بعدك. من يحكي فقه ما يحكي احتياط، الاحتياط سيدي مولاي ان نبقى وياك. شوف هاي بعد غير منطق. لذلك احد العلماء هو لطيف يعني حكايه كلش حلوه من سنوات 30 سنه سامعها منه. احنا عندنا الان من نجي في كتاب العقل والجهل، جنود العقل، وسامعين هاي الروايات جنود العقل والجهل، يعني بين العقل والجهل اكو صراع. فمن الكل ينتصر؟ العقل. العقل ينتصر على الجهل في داخل كل انسان. بس يقول من ينتصر العقل ورا يبدي صراع ثاني بين العقل والعشق، فليكون ينتصر منه العشق. من نحسب حساب عقل وفقه وكذا، ليلة العاشر مو واجب نبقى، بل يجوز مكروه وخاف القاء النفس بالتهلكة، ونقدر نروح نبلغ وما وجب علينا وما حرم علينا نترك. نعم اللي يترك مو حرام منتهين منه، وقد هو في الجنة في أعلى عليين، بس أين أن تترك وأين أن تبقى؟ أنا باعتقادي تصوري، طبعا أنا ما واصل هالمرتبة أكيدا، وأتمنى ندعوا لي وأدعي لكم. أنا باعتقادي في ظهور الإمام المهدي نفس خيمة عاشوراء أكو خيمة الظهور، يعني أكو طبيعة نفس الطبيعة. أن اللي يوصل مستوى من قادة الإمام من خلص يكون عنده هيك مستوى، مو مستوى صلاة وصوم وإلا آية الله ومدري إلا مدري شنو إلا دكتوراه وإلا وبروف، لا مو هاي النقطة واصلها. عنده عشق عالي مع عقيدة طبعا، يعني مو عشق. شوفوا العشق والحب، أكو حب قبل العقيدة، عواطف واهية مثل أهل الكوفة، قلوبهم معك سيوفهم عليك. هاي ما تفيد يعني ما تكفي وتوفي، بس أكو عشق وحب بعد العقيدة. هاي أصحاب الإمام.